Hi everybody, in today's video we are going to install Kali Linux in VirtualBox on a Windows machine. I had this old HP laptop that I never use, and I thought why not just dust it off and put it to good use. So I'll install Kali Linux on it, and you can just follow along and install it on your computer as well. For those wondering about the specs of the laptop, as mentioned, it's an HP laptop, Windows 10, Intel i5 processor, dual core with 4 logical processors and 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now, let's not waste any more time and just get started. So before we start downloading and installing anything, let's check if Microsoft's own virtualization software Hyper-V is disabled, so that it doesn't cause any issues with our virtual machine. Keep in mind that not every Windows version has Hyper-V, but if you do have it like me, let's disable it. So first, let's open the Run dialog box with the Windows and the R key on your keyboard. Type Optional Features to open Windows Features and press Enter. And here we have Hyper-V and it's disabled. Good. Now, we can scroll down and also see if we find Virtual Machine Platform and Windows Hypervisor Platform and make sure they are disabled as well. And here we have Virtual Machine Platform, which is disabled, and of course Windows Hypervisor Platform, which is also disabled. So everything is disabled. Great. Now we can click on OK. Next, we need to go into the System's BIOS and enable virtualization. For that, we need to reboot our machine. So when your computer is rebooting, when you only see a black screen, right before your computer brand's logo shows up on your screen, this is when we're going to enter the System's BIOS. There are several ways to do that. For me, pressing the Escape key on my keyboard repeatedly when I started seeing the black screen, right before the HP logo showed up on my screen, got me into the BIOS, or actually in the Start menu first, which is what you're actually seeing on the screen right now. If I wanted to go directly into the BIOS instead of Escape, I could have just pressed F10 repeatedly. For you, it might be another key, like the Delete key, the F1 key, the F2 key, or the F12 key. So try one of these, and I think you should be good. Now, depending on your computer and its processor, the virtualization settings might have they might have different names. So when we enter the BIOS, if your computer has an Intel processor, like mine, you can look for Virtualization Technology, or VTX, or Intel Virtualization Technology, or Intel VTX. Or let's say you have an AMD processor, you can look for SVM mode, or Secure Virtual Machine, or AMDV, etc., etc. If you can't seem to find any of the ones I mentioned, the answer is just a simple Google search away. So yeah, keep in mind that things also look a bit different. They might look a bit different on your computer, but this is how it looked for me, and the steps. And the steps I took to find the virtualization setting and enable it, okay? So this is what I did, okay? In the startup menu, I clicked on BIOS setup. Then advanced at the top, then system options, and then I found the virtualization setting called virtualization technology and enabled it by checking its box. Then I clicked on main at the top, then save changes and exit, and then yes to confirm. And then I was taken back to Windows. So now that we're back in Windows, let's first download VirtualBox, which is the virtualization software we're going to use, to create the virtual machine running Kali Linux. So we can go on Google, search for VirtualBox, go to the VirtualBox website, click on download, and then download the Windows hosts package. Then let's open the file we just downloaded, install VirtualBox. We click on Next. Then we need to accept the terms in the license agreement and click on Next and Next again. Here we click on Yes and Yes again. I personally don't want a shortcut in the quick launch bar, so I'll just uncheck it and click on Next. And then install. When installation is done, we click on Finish. Now we can go back to Google and search for Kali Linux. Go to the Kali Linux website. Click on Download. Then we go to the Installer Images page. We choose the recommended image installer. Now we go inside VirtualBox, choose New to start creating our virtual machine. We give it the name Kali. The type will be, of course, Linux, and the subtype Debian, and the 64-bit version. Then we go to Hardware. I'm giving this virtual machine 4 GB of RAM and 1 processor, which works well for my old laptop here. But you don't need to copy what I'm doing. If your computer has 16 GB or more RAM and more processors, feel free to assign more to your virtual machine. Just remember to balance it with what you need for your main system, especially if you plan to use the host OS at the same time, or if you want to have multiple virtual machines running at once. Then we go to hard disk. It's recommended to set the virtual hard disk to no less than 20 GB, so I'll set my virtual hard disk to around 30 GB. And then click on Finish. Then we go to Settings and go to the Display Settings, where we'll bump up the video memory all the way up to 128 MB. Then go to the Storage Settings, click on Empty. Then click on the disk icon on the right side, and then choose a disk file and open the ISO file that we downloaded from the Kali Linux website, and then click on OK. Then we click on Start. Choose Graphical Install. I'll choose English as the language, then Continue. The location I'll choose will be United States and click on Continue. I'll set the keyboard to American English and click on Continue. The host name I'll set to Kali. I'll leave the domain name empty. As full name, I'll just write my YouTube channel's name. And I'll also use my channel's name as a username. Then we need to create a good password. And then we need to re-enter the password. And then we can click on Continue. Here I'll select Pacific as my time zone. The partitioning method will be guided using the entire disk. And here we have the disk to partition, which is already selected. So we click on Continue. For partitioning scheme, we choose the first option, all files in one partition. And finish partitioning and write changes to disk. And we click Continue. Write changes to disk, we choose Yes, and we click on Continue. Here we leave everything as is and click on Continue. Install the Grub bootloader to your primary drive. Yes. Here we'll choose the virtual drive. And then we click on Continue to reboot. And here we leave it at the first option, Kali GNU Linux. Now we need to log in with the username and password we created earlier. And here we go. We have now installed a Kali Linux virtual machine on our Windows computer. Let's go to full screen mode. And before we end the video, let's check for package updates. So let's open the terminal and write sudo apt update. Then type in our password and press enter. And by the way, if you are brand new to Linux, don't worry, you're not supposed to see the password when you are typing it in. As we can see, I have 361 packages that can be upgraded. So let's upgrade them. We do that by typing sudo apt upgrade. And we type Y for yes and press enter. And when we're done, we can just type exit to close the terminal. So this is it, guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. And of course, share the video with other people that, might find this video helpful. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to subscribe for more videos on Linux, cybersecurity, and ethical hacking. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.